What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room Podcast with Alex and Jer. Tonight we got BC Sparvier with us, or Fabian Sparvier. Sparvier, I don't even, he'll tell you how to say it after. But for now, we'll start you out with some Switchblade Union.
Switchblade to a simple midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I was to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. Street lights shining, know my time's arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Post up in the dark, can we hang out with the Batman? Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright winding. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track, killing shit cause I've been begging. Suicide on the second, I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe and your doom. Switchblade coming soon, chill satisfied when we have up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot, make it eyes one, short now, slice with the right sword. Blood on my fist, knife test, my wrist, moonshine on the blade, just cruising through the mist. Gonna be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I was to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. That we don't wanna lie when the union arises. It'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back once again for another Thursday afternoon episode of your favorite podcast in the world, the Crowded Room Podcast. I'm Alex, he's Jer. We're joined once again by actually a first-time guest, Fabian. I know I'm tripping over the name here because you're actually you have an alter ego, kind of like an alias. There we go. Sorry, I screwed that one up. I don't want to hear you guys. This is yeah.
Alex only had his mic turned on. This is my show tonight.
I've had enough of you guys. Yeah. So we're going to refer to you as Fabian for everyone who is new to the show. This is our friend from the gym. Do you do much striking? You're a jiu-jitsu kind of guy mainly, hey?
No, I did the striking at the beginning.
Right.
But I end up hurting my wrist.
Oh, okay, right on. So yeah, Fabian trains with us, and we're both under Carm. That was just here last week, actually. We had an episode with Carm. Yeah. So Fabian, what brings you here? Obviously you live right next to us. You're a neighbor of ours, so that brings you here too. It's pretty convenient, hey?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it that you do for a living? You're a teacher, I know that, but I don't know exactly what it is you teach or where.
So I teach computer science.
You teach computer science.
Computer
Okay.
Science, and right now I just finished teaching for SFU.
SFU, that's a Simon Fraser University out of Vancouver?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I teach online.
You teach online, right? Because we're about 10 hours away from Vancouver by car. Yeah. So that would be a bit of a commute. Yeah.
That's why he was giving me tips on how to fix the audio and stuff.
Yeah. So you've got more experience doing this stuff than we do, I think.
I've been in the industry for a long time.
And you've probably had training, like formal.
Actually, no.
Hands-on, no?
So just to give you a little background. So
yeah, please.
I grew up in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the inner city. And we had one of the first we had the first computer lab.
Right. And it was like old IMAX or something.
Oh, geez. You guys are dating yourselves.
Sorry.
You're dating me. This is way, like, we're thinking Commodores.
Oh, really?
Yeah, way back.
I can barely picture that, honestly. But
discs
yeah,
like
okay.
Like
floppy disks and stuff.
And you had to program and stuff like
right.
that. And, yeah,
but you saw the future. You're like, I'm doing this.
It was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, and just the guy got into it and just, you were just self-taught. Well, I won't say self-taught because we did have a teacher there, but you just kind of learned along the way.
Are you surprised at how far computer sciences came, or did you predict that?
No, it was.
You're surprised.
It's so this is my teens going into it. Never thought this was going to be a useful skill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just grew up with it, learned it, and then went away from it. I just never thought I'm never going to use this skill again, blah, blah, blah.
Right. What year is this that you were going to school?
Late 80s.
Late 80s. Okay. So I'm still crying shit in my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born, I only had 3 months, I think, 4 months in the late 80s. But I got my card stamped. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. So just doing that, and then you don't forget stuff, right? And so I didn't pick it back up into the late 90s. Went back into it. Everything was happening already. I knew how to do the computers, fix people's computers.
Right.
Just hobbyist, right? Yeah. And then I just picked it back up, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And
so you did like repair and service for a while?
Yeah, I didn't like it. Like,
no,
I can do it, but I just don't like that. So I'm more on the programming and the software side of things. So
you could build your own like custom computer and everything, no problem.
If I wanted to, yeah.
Really? Yeah. See, I can't.
Yeah.
I'd have to do about 3 hours of staring at a YouTube video and then still probably ruin everything.
Not really. It's pretty fail safe.
Really?
Yeah. You just have to do the right steps, though, right? So.
Right.
And
I plug it in, it starts smoking.
It still does happen. Sometimes you just get a faulty
solder or something like that.
Anything. Yeah. Something's always in like doing stuff like that. But other than that, I started doing that. I never went through computer science, like for formal education, I think. I just knew how to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I just know how to do it.
So you went to, on your resume, it's like, I just know how to do it.
Okay.
All the programming languages, and just, it's
you're
just,
hired.
It's interesting enough. That's what they do in the industry now.
Really?
Is like, if you can walk into the Google, Facebooks and stuff like that and say you're a programmer, they'll sit you in front of a computer. And
it's so young. It's such a new budding industry. I'm sure like there aren't a bunch of people taking formal classes on all this all the time versus YouTube, right?
Well, so just being in this industry, so I teach it, right? And so what happens is that we're in a programming shortage right now.
Right.
There's not enough programmers out there.
Shit.
So what happens is that, so we have all these software programs that you have, like just to do it yourself. You have all your do-it-yourself websites and stuff like that, like a lot of app builders and stuff like that. But then what happens, though, you need somebody to actually build that software, programmers to build it, and there's not enough of them, and so there's such a high demand for coders.
Really?
And it's just an area of if you can do it, great. If you're self-taught, great. If you want to go to school, great.
They'll take whatever comes.
Yeah,
cool.
I've heard a lot about like people say you should learn to code. Like I thought it was a joke because I hear it all the time.
It was about 10 years ago when truck drivers were claiming their jobs are drying up for automated like self-driving cars. They're like, oh, you learn to code, said Silicon Valley.
We got to get to this chat at some point here.
Please do.
Shay's saying, where were you, Alex? Huh?
Where was
Alex, Mr. No Show Price is Wrong.
When was that?
You talking about Saturday.
Yeah, I had adult shit to do. I'm sorry, Brett. No, it was lame. It was lame as shit.
You went to a lame party.
I went to a Christmas party. It was free dinner, so fuck me, right? You can't complain about free dinner
here too.
Right, but this was like Christmas dinner with like drink tickets and shit, and what am I trying to say? Buffet. There was a buffet, but there was like 200 people, and by the time that our table got called up, it wasn't that warm anymore, and it was pretty fucking foul. But it was free food, like I said. There was ham and turkey and shit. Like
so, Lenny says, "Oh yeah, Lenny's here. Greetings from south of Boston."
Hello, Lenny. Thank you again. Hey, it's been a while since we've seen Lenny. Honestly, I think it's been like a month or two.
Dan says, "Hello, everyone." Who else is here? Can
you hear us? Oh, you got your headphones on. Right on.
Shay says, "Better dinner at Jer's, bud." And Lenny says, "How are the boys doing? It's been a while." We're doing great, Lenny.
It's been a while.
Just celebrated my 35th birthday.
That's right. 35.
Good old time.
I'm still 33. So if anyone has some hand-me-downs or, you know, anyone has some ass whoopings to hand out, I'm the young guy around here.
Yeah. All right. Well, so anyways,
and
that's why I'm not drinking tonight, because I drank way too fucking much this
I didn't
week.
even notice. Do you want a beer?
No, I'm good. No,
they're fancy.
I drank so much on my birthday and at that party that fuck, I need to
right. I did that last week. Oh my God. I did my Christmas party. We just went to Moxie's, which sounds fucking cheesy, but man, it was crazy. It was like whatever you wanted, you ordered. They were personally ordering tequila shots by the tens. And yeah, we would drink far too much, get up and go puke in the bathroom and come back and be like, yeah, let's do another fucking shot. Last weekend.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah, it was just drinking for the sake of drinking. Like we were all way too drunk, puking, and still coming back, being like, "Oh, let's do a fucking another one. Fuck you. You think you can drink more than me?" So I woke up hung the fuck over, and the next day I had to go out for brunch with my mother, and that was painful. And I was just like, this is great.
Yeah. A little bit of shakes.
Yeah, exactly. And I barely ate. I was like, I ordered pancakes and stuff. I was like, I'd take 2 bites and be like, "Oh, it tasted like sponge or something." Like I couldn't chew it even.
Lenny says he turns 74 next month.
Right on.
Lenny, how much are you going to drink on your birthday?
74
shots.
beers, bro. They're American beers. You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, maybe not anymore, but American beer was 3%, like back in the 90s. Like Budweiser, you could get a 3% beer. Yeah. I didn't drink beer back then, but I used to live in America for the longest time.
In the shaker, I've got BCAAs and creatine.
Wink, wink. Doing the old
steroids. It's
doing the old vodka
juice.
in a water bottle trick, hey Ray?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I remember doing that one.
Vodka and steroids.
Oh well. Okay, so you do online teaching. How many students usually do you teach?
This last one I had 25.
25. So like on your screen, there's 25 little fucking squares with everyone's face.
Well, no, I don't allow. Yeah, I don't allow it, but I just say if you want to turn on your video, that's fine.
Oh, but they can just sit there with an avatar.
Yeah.
Over there. Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of kids that turn on their camera?
I had one.
Really? Out of 25, I would turn my camera. I did my 4th year of carpentry online because of the pandemic. I would turn my camera on all the time. Maybe I'm vain. Maybe you can tell because I host a weekly podcast.
And it comes down to, some people, especially with this whole time, but it's just really like they're just staring at you like I'm blabbing blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Right.
I'm totally fine with that. And hey, if you
what's the difference, right?
Yeah,
like
if you want to turn it on, that's fine. It's it's
so you do a full like regular semester? Like you do 2 semesters a year?
No. These are like they call them condensed short classes.
Oh, really?
So you fit in a semester 2 weeks.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So I teach.
What am I doing?
so I teach like 6 to 7 hours a day.
Yeah, well,
like
that's normal.
Online.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're in classroom.
Yeah.
And so once they're done, that 2 weeks, that's your 4 months.
Holy shit! I got to do that. I can.
So
I'll take 2 weeks off to go do.
Yeah, some materials.
That's the way to do shit.
Yeah, some materials you can do it with. There's
Yeah.
just some materials
You can't.
You can't. You have to have a space in between because there's extra learning
Yeah.
in between, absorption and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then I can hold my nose up at my coworkers and be like, "Fuck, you know about fucking programming, bitch."
Yeah.
How many levels to coding is there? Like, is there a certain amount of years before you're like a master coder? Or is it like one course or?
It's up to that individual.
Yeah.
If you're a great learner, you can learn probably everything you need to do to get started in like 3 months.
Damn.
That's like sitting there, 3-4 hours a day,
Yeah.
going through the basics, doing projects, going through the basics.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it. And
Yeah, your job doesn't end after the 6 hour mark.
Yeah, it's repetition. That's all coding is. It's just repetition. But,
Okay.
But knowing how to put the pieces together. What are you building? going through all the little steps. And
is it all ones and zeros like the Matrix?
Nope.
I don't know a single thing about coding.
That's what it's all built about. Eh? That's how the computer actually talks to itself, is all the ones and zeros.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like the little light switching on and off and stuff like that. That's the behind.
Right.
Yeah. So like everything, like your operating system is built on code. Everything built on code. Right. Our voices going through this is all built on code.
Really?
Yeah. Because it has to interpret this, right?
Yeah.
So digitalize it, blah, blah, spit it out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's an interface. Like this is not, if it was analog, right? It would be like having, some kind of
just plug and play.
Yeah. Some kind of mic, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's like everything's being digitalized to get in there. I'm on the digitalized quick. My last course was called digital transformation. So this is what it was all about. Like, how do we actually apply digital in the world? So
we're finding a way to translate this to computer speech and actually have them broadcast it off to the other YouTube computers.
Exactly.
That's odd. It's almost like it would be so practical to know all this stuff, but it's almost like I enjoy not knowing it, and it's like this mystical thing that just fucking happens over here.
And it's great. Like there's so many facets to learning all of this. There's just so many different areas. It's just too many areas too.
Yeah.
So you really have to kind of just specialize,
right?
And stuff like that. So like I don't just do coding. I'm a network specialist.
Yeah.
Cybersecurity specialist. So it's just like there's so many different areas. Now we're calling it the fifth industrial revolution. So it's all about automation, AI, VR, AR.
Yeah.
How all these things are all coming to be in the world. Like your like you were talking about the
driving cars.
Those are realities, right? That's in the industries. That's in manufacturing. Augmented reality, right? It's making so many leaps and bounds right now. You got the blockchain. You got the
metaverse.
Right. Apparently the metaverse is stumbling right now, and people's real estate is plummeting.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But it's like I always tell, like with all the stuff that gets so new, and you guys are just young too. So, So when the internet,
especially me,
So when the internet, I remember when the internet came, and it was like, sis, I'm sending you stuff through some lines and and emails and stuff like that. It was the greatest. It was like, but it was so new, and you can actually find on YouTube, if you find like people talk about emails and the internet. Oh, it's never going to take off. Oh, this is like, it's exactly what they say about every technology. Now it's just like so normalized, right? So this new technology that comes out, you go through the stage. Everybody doesn't know what to do with it until people start doing it.
It becomes practical.
Yeah. It's just like, it's just technology. It's just, how do we apply it? If it's going to work and if it's going to take off, it's going to be these innovators. People are going to make things for it.
It takes some people to predict something too, though. Like it didn't just happen. Somebody saw the vision.
Yeah. Exactly.
And went after it. Yeah.
It's always interesting too about like people talk about the blockchain and they go, wow, that's a new thing. The guy made this in 1989.
Oh yeah.
He proposed this in 1989.
Really?
But there was no technology that was ready for it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so when it took off, then it was like, oh, but that's just the technology. That's just one thing. Right?
Yeah.
That's cryptocurrency, but there's so many other areas that it's going to go through. So it's really its infancy stage. And you'll see it in the next, like I'll predict
right now. Right now it seems like so far away, but it also seems inevitable that one day it will have to come.
Oh yeah.
Right. But like to convince people that this arbitrary thing that we made up in our brain is worth more than this lump of gold in my hand, that's going to be really hard. And a lot of generations are going to have to die off before people are like, yes, this is worth more. Like,
but our current money is just like that.
Yeah.
Our current money's
money,
digital.
but the reason that money was ever implemented is because it was backed by a gold standard.
But it's not anymore.
That's irrelevant to the fact that it was only implemented because it used to represent physical gold. Now it doesn't, because we don't have enough physical gold to hand out for everybody, every dollar bill that we print, and it's unfeasible anymore.
Regardless, it's the value we give it that gives it value now. Like, you know,
yeah.
You put $500 in the bank, you got $500.
Yeah,
If you put $500 into
saying.
Bitcoin, depends on what way it goes.
No. This is what I'm saying.
Our dollar goes up and down too.
The difference between having $500 Bitcoin, $500 of gold in your hand is, say all economy shits the bed, you still have this gold in your hand that still has practical uses, if not what we arbitrarily deem the dollar amount for. It still builds jewelry. It still builds conductors for little microchips and shit. They use gold in microchips, right? Like that's you can find gold in the cell phone. Right. Yeah. So gold is practical, and someone will buy that no matter what. Eventually, if everything shits the bed, no one the Bitcoin is worth absolutely nothing, and it helps no one in any way whatsoever. Yeah, if everything shits the bed, I mean, even our normal money's gone, right? So yeah, if you're investing in gold, I know if you're investing in gold and like stockpiling it, you know,
it's always
like
going to be what it is.
Yeah,
even the rich guys will tell you that too. Like, you know, buy silver, buy gold.
Yeah, and people say buy silver because everyone's thinking about gold. You can sneak the silver under the table for a smaller price right now.
Yeah.
Whereas push comes to shove, like we're saying, it's all going to be the only currency that we can feasibly argue about, because like, hey, I have a loaf of bread. I don't want your fucking Bitcoin.
There's nothing for the Bitcoin to run on in the world you're talking about.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But the gold works. And that's why it's so hard to convince like people that have made a career in fiscal kind of earnings and stuff, to convince them that, yes, this is viable. They're going to have to die off, and a younger generation is going to have to be raised with that in mind, is what I would assume.
So it's interesting when you say about the gold. Like,
yeah.
So if you go buy gold right now, like at a bank or whatever, you will never see it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just saying you're buying it.
It's a note. Yeah.
It's just like buying anyway.
And you actually don't have ownership. You
of the physical gold?
No.
Really?
So what they do. So if you're not buying physical, like actual,
literally give it to me in my hand.
They have like a claim.
It's like a stock option.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, exactly. We're not going to give you the gold.
It's like a gold stock.
Yeah. And there's actually more people buying those, and there is actually gold
because they're playing the market.
Yeah.
Versus like, what are we calling this? Where you hoard survival guys, like save a bunch of shit. What do they call those guys? Preppers.
Oh,
preppers. Yeah, they think the end of the world's coming, and they save a bunch of baked beans in a can.
You can always tell. Also, I also studied economics, so.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm not trying to boast, but
literally talk to us like we're idiots.
But it's funny because you got on the gold. So one of the things you can always see how the economy's going.
Yeah.
Is all the advertisements for these gold for people coming in and saying, "Oh, you have gold? Come and sell it to us," because they recognize something.
Yeah.
And so they'll go to city. You'll see like, "Oh, we have a gold, and if you want to sell all your gold," that's what they're doing. They're collecting.
Mm-hmm.
They're rounding up because they know that there's like some kind of precursor happening. So that's exactly what they're doing. They're stocking it up, and they know gold is going to go up.
Right.
And
so they're playing the game. They're not like prepping for the apocalypse.
No, they're just wanting to get. Yeah, you go city to city, all of a sudden, a couple pounds here, a couple pounds there. You know, people cash it in. They're melting it down. They're not. It's jewelry. It's like, I don't know. We're gonna melt this stuff down. So if you see more advertisements, especially on the United States channels, that's how you can recognize it. Hey, we're buying your gold and your silver. Bring them on in.
Right.
You'll see a lot more advertisements, and you go, There's always like a little cursor to something's happening in an economy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you boil it all down, you can't eat gold either, so it's pretty worthless. But it's a lot easier to convince somebody to give me your loaf of bread for a chunk of gold versus an arbitrary number that I promise you.
Yeah.
People with lots of money are buying rare art as investments. Lenny asked how's Grandpa Dave. He's doing well.
Oh, really? We should bring him back almost, but we'd have to do some fancy footwork around that one. Yeah.
Well, what, to get him up the stairs?
To get him up the stairs, or his grandpa did an episode with us. He's 90 years old.
Ooh, he just turned 90 a couple weeks ago.
He's fully like functional. Usually hands us beers when we go see him, right? Like, great guy.
Worked all his life.
I couldn't tell you. He was in the army.
Oh.
and he loves curling and shit like that. But
keeps
he
active.
loves lewd jokes. He'll tell you a lewd joke 3 times if you listen. Yeah.
What was your
I'll
favorite
listen.
one?
There's so many.
He's like, you know how you can tell when a woman's ready? You put your hand in her pants, and if it feels like a horse eating oats, then she's ready. Yeah, old Grandpa Dave.
That's such old timey.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
That's what he told Lincoln before he went off to college.
Wow. Lincoln left town?
Oh, years ago, yeah. Back in the day.
Oh, but he does not now. Okay.
No.
He has a little brother, Lincoln. That'd be another guy for an episode. So yeah, Jer here for your information. I guess one brother doesn't work with you, but his whole family pretty much works together. Other than one brother. Yeah.
I mean, my brother and my dad and stepmom, they work together. And my cousin, he's listening.
He's like, it's nothing
And my
big.
cousin.
I'm out of fingers to count here.
well, that's what you're supposed to do, right? It's a family, right?
Yeah.
And I don't work with them in the shop, but yeah, I get work
Yeah,
from the shop, so I'm always
It's a
dealing with
community.
them.
Yeah.
It's a community around there. I like that because I come from a small family. I have no brothers. On my dad's side, I have no uncles or aunts or anything even. Right, so it's real solitary for my family. Yeah.
It's always interesting because I come from a really large family.
Okay. Yeah.
On my mom's side, like there's 300 of us immediate.
Yeah.
My grandmother had 15.
Jesus.
So my mom
15 kids. That's unreal.
and
Back then, that was the business though. You had 15 kids, you were fucking making it. Like you had free labor for about 2 generations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So so I come from a very large family.
Yeah.
And so it's always interesting when people are not come from a big family.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
Very solitary, very fine with holidays being quiet, right? It's really I find very different from most people's upbringings, but it's not like we can't see eye to eye or anything, but yeah, completely different. Perfectly fine just sitting there by myself all day, right? Yeah. And I don't see that from a lot of people. I see a lot of like, let's go do something or stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, just because I have a big family,
Yeah.
I'm totally fine being at home. I live by myself, right? Me and my dogs, right? That's it, right?
The older I get, the more I just want to sit there with my dog. And it's maybe because my dog's really old and he's not going to be here very much longer. But the more I'm like, hey, let's just chill with my dog. Like before, when I'd go do stuff, I never really realized that I'm just leaving him at home to be bored, right? Yeah.
Yeah, my dogs go crazy when I leave.
Yeah.
I have to put up a gate for my front door. So, because my dash hound literally sits right at the door and just sniffs.
Yeah.
Put up my little GoPro to see what he's doing because there's a big brown stain there. So when I leave, he does, he does a round. He looks around. Plus, he's half deaf and half blind
really?
too. Then he goes to the door because now he knows that I'm not there and just sits there and just
waits.
So you get back?
Yeah, like hours.
Wow, that sucks.
Oh wow.
When I get home, I put a dog bed next to the door now because my dog, he'll just lay, even if the dog bed isn't there, he'll just lay there by the front door and wait. Yeah.
One of my couches on the window side, that's what they used to do. Just sit on the top of the couch and just watch, just look out the door, the window, right? Yeah, they just fixate, right? And say, oh,
I know. So it makes me sad if I'm like, oh, I'm out doing fucking hood rat shit or something, and he's just sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah. And just like so over the last few years, and plus I teach online, so I'm home all the time, right? Unless I'm going to the gym, so they always know. Like, so my kitchen table, I'm teaching, they're right by my feet.
Yeah.
Right. I go to the bathroom. They come right by the door. You know.
You okay in there? All right.
Yeah. So they just And my dash, he's 18, right? So he's just,
wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so he's on his way out, but he's just fixated. And then my little palm, he's just fixated. Period. Yeah. Anxious. And, So
right.
And then when I get home, they're like, I get home, they do the little run around and then let them out, bring them in, and then they just go back to their bed. then they're fine.
Okay, yeah. That's one thing I really enjoy about a senior dog is you don't have to be on all the time. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, I can't take him for walks anymore.
Yeah,
I get him halfway down the street and he just like stops.
He's tired of it.
Just like, yeah, you got to carry me.
Yeah.
And he's not a lap dog.
Yeah,
like you can't pick him up. And he's like, yeah, you can pick me up now. I want to go home.
Yeah, I've had to grab my dog a couple times. He fainted once. Like just fucking like going crazy, and then all of a sudden just
you fainted a couple times. Or one time it was in the water.
Fell over one time in the water, but one time in the snow, and I had to like run out and like grab him and carry him out of the snow. But yeah, he did that one time in the river, like just on the shore in the river, and like could barely keep his head up. Luckily, we were right there to grab him, but like yeah.
Like those fainting goats.
Insane. Yeah. And then so we took him to the vet and they checked his heart, everything, nothing. He just got way too excited. Yeah. And he's just too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. My dash home one day, just not too long, a couple months ago, come home and usually he's by the door. No, sorry.
Yeah. You're good.
And came by the door and was like, he's not there. I'm like, geez. Okay. So I look over to his bed and he's just laying there. I'm like, he's not moving. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Did he just kick the bucket? I go over there and he looked up and I'm like, oh, dude. And so I had to carry him out for all his bathrooms. I'm like, oh God,
yeah.
Like, just like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. 4 days later, he was up. I went to go grab him. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like, he just walked out, tail up. And I'm like, really?
Little sickness or something, maybe.
Yeah. It was just like,
that's scary.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna go outside one day, take a pee.
Yeah,
go, boop.
Enough of that.
Yeah.
Well, they just came out with a dog COVID vaccine, actually.
Really?
So go get your dogs vaccinated.
I'll take that one. Fuck.
Well, you have to give them shots, right? So
yeah, but I guess they can get COVID. So animals can get COVID from you. So now they have a vax for it.
Yeah, apparently the only reason that that Native Americans were insusceptible to the diseases that the settlers had is because of livestock, because Native Americans didn't keep livestock so close to their like pigs and cattle, where they got exposed to those diseases through that jumped from cattle and pigs to humans, just like the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. They got exposed to those pandemic kind of things, and then they brought them over, and all of a sudden now it's on people that were never exposed.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's gone through so many variants that it's really deadly now, and it's actually going to hurt people. Yeah. So that's what it came from, livestock kind of keeping.
Yeah, there's livestock.
Yeah.
The hoof and mouth disease, anthrax.
Really?
There's a strain of
anthrax.
There's a strain of anthrax.
I thought you make anthrax. Is anthrax a virus? Crazy. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I
couldn't tell you that one.
Now you're questioning me.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait.
You're the smart one here.
What do we call you, professor? Or no.
Those are terms that are.
Those are your pronouns. You refer to yourself as sir.
You can't call yourself like a professor, like a doctor, like that.
Yeah.
Unless you have like a PhD.
Really? So what? Instructor?
I'm an instructor.
Oh my God.
So if you go to university, right?
Right.
And then they all call them associate instructors. And then when you actually get to be the professor, you actually get to you get that title.
That's news to me. And then guys with their jiu-jitsu black belts are like, "Oh, I'm professor. You talk to me as professor."
Isn't that just a Brazilian thing? I thought it just translates over that way.
Well, it's because they want to be called sensei because of the formal respect, but we don't speak Japanese in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so
fair enough.
Yeah. So it's professor. Yeah.
Does anyone actually practice Japanese jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not very common around these parts, but I mean, you go to Japan, I'm sure there's Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Do Brazilian jiu-jitsu over
there. Michael Bisbing said he started with Japanese jiu-jitsu in the early days in England. Yeah.
Yeah. When I went to Jasper, I thought it's a jiu-jitsu club.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Jasper, but it's the Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's more like strong arm kind of jiu-jitsu, like
I went to get some
crush.
training. Yeah, I went to get some training over there. It's like, oh, it's Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe I'll take it, and they didn't. So
right. And I mean, it's no slouch. Kimura snapped what's that dude's arm? Remember in the 50s, the Gracie, Helio Gracie? Yeah. And then people still think that Brazilian jiu-jitsu is better. I'm not sure why. Maybe there was a lot of losses on the Japanese side after that, but there was Japanese versus Brazilian jiu-jitsu back in the 50s, and Japan won.
Yeah, fair enough.
But the weight class was a little lopsided.
Yeah, the guy was bigger, eh?
Much bigger.
Yeah.
His name was Kimura.
Yeah.
That's where that move comes from. Yeah.
In the 50s?
Yeah.
Was it in the 50s?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
A long time ago.
I thought Kimura was like still around. Like,
no, well, maybe. I'm sure his family is, dude.
He's a younger guy. But
yeah.
Well, they call it catch wrestling. It was just something called differently. Like, it was like there was always that. That hole, but the Kimura,
the double wrist lock is what they call it in catch wrestling. Yeah.
But there's actually a film. You go back to like the 30s. And they're practicing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
They're showing there.
And there's a Japanese name, like legit name for it too, right? It's just called like twisting arm lock in Japanese or something. But he was just so famous for it that they named the move after him. Yeah.
So you've been training for like most of your life, you'd say, right?
No,
a decent amount of your life.
I boxed when I was a kid.
Okay.
And then sports. I did a lot of hockey, a lot of baseball.
But have you competed? Like, have you done any like fights?
Fights? No, nothing professional, anything like that. So I've been just like K10 for like 8 years now.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the only reason I went back or I went to it, I used to run. I used to always run. I was just a natural runner and stuff like that. Then I blew my knees out from hockey. Then I ran too much and I blew my knees out. And I couldn't run anymore. I was just like, doctors like, you got to take a break. You got to, heal up, blah, blah, blah. And then, so I said, about 6 months. Take you about 6 months. Your knees will get better. I didn't need any operations or anything. I didn't tear anything. They were just so inflamed, right? So, and then I got lasyitis for like 3 years. And and I was traveling and I was working and I was just, not doing anything physical, anything like that. And then I was like, I need a trainer. I need to go and do stuff. And
otherwise, life hurts.
Yeah,
every day. Like you wake up, life hurts.
Yeah. And I just went down to Kaitan and I was like, I need this. UFC. I loved jiu-jitsu before that too. And I was like, I'm just gonna take it in, and then never stopped after that. It hurt for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
It was so hard. And I did both. I did the kickboxing and jiu-jitsu after, 2.5 hours a night.
It hurts. Yeah. And you get home and your actual body is like stinging everywhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and then it just
eventually it goes away.
Yeah. And then you just build it as a habit, right? So that's all I did. It was like work, go to the gym, work, go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. And everybody's great down there. So it's like, you want to be there. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a good group of guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to do more jiu-jitsu. I really need some heavyweights. It's really like, it's disheartening when like the resistance is so small, right? And people are like, oh, don't use your strength. Like it's literally like that's like chewing your food and be like, don't use your strength. Like I got to chew the food. I've got to take a bite here.
Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah.
On Saturday, Paramount and I had a grappling match in the front yard in the snow. It's in our t-shirts.
Right.
That was a good time. Yeah, well, I never go to grappling class, and so he called me out, and he's like, "We need to go at it." I was like, "All right."
Yeah, Paramount's great.
Yeah,
all heart.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
he's dope.
Yeah,
he'd do an episode one day, but
we got to get him on here.
It's nice to see there are young guys that want to start doing this some more. Right, there was a good chunk of time where nobody knew was coming to the gym at all. And it was like families and their kids and stuff. And you just like, you felt like a burden, right? Like I'm here to hurt people, not fucking take Christmas photos and shit. Right. So it's disheartening when someone isn't there that has the same motivation as you.
Yeah.
Right. And then you just feel like, okay, well, I'm just here to train other people today or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if someone's there just to have fun or get in shape, and you're there to like get good at punching people in the face, it's disheartening to see their, like, I don't want to say ego, that's the wrong word, but their spirit kind of like drop. Like they don't want to be there. Yeah.
It's hard, right? So
Yeah.
It takes a mindset, right? So it's like you gotta have that mindset that you're going there. You are gonna get hit.
Yeah.
We're
not here to fucking do a pillow fight.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. It's and it's always gonna be those great fighters, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the great fighters that are out there, their mindset, it's just, I want to do this. And it's just weird, right? And even if you're not doing it for, going on to professional, just wanting,
we're not going to the Olympics,
or anything like that. It's just great. Like, but you still have to have the mindset, right? You have to be like,
the motivation,
and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, just like everything,
like anything.
What hurts more is doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
In the long run, after 5 years of doing nothing, your back's fucking aching and your muscles are tight. You're probably like waking up in the middle of the night with sore fucking muscles. And the sad part is it's not, you can't fix that overnight. Like you gotta fucking chip away at that.
Well, look at me, man. I sat around for too long. My back got tight.
Right. And
what helped it? Going to the gym helped, but what helped it the most was actually going to K10, really loosening up and then stretching after.
Yeah.
Like
mobility.
Just actually moving around.
What's all the parts, right? Everything.
Yeah.
Moving, right. So you're actually not just moving your back, you're moving your shoulders.
Yeah.
When you start learning all the
and I really think mobility is more important than strength.
Yeah.
Like there is a point where like you're not strong enough to hold a certain amount of weight at this certain weird point that you're holding your arm out at. But the fact that your shoulder is that mobile reduces pain. Yeah.
And for my back, like the more I stretch, the more that muscle is stretched out, the less of a chance I'm gonna get up and hurt myself. You know what I mean? Like, or bend over to grab something and pull my back. It's like when it's that loose, it doesn't happen.
Right.
That's what I had to learn. Was I was sitting around so much that everything just tightened up, and you can't fix it overnight. Takes
and then
years.
You get motivation to do something real quick, and you get up and do it and get hurt right away. Yeah, and they're like, "Well, fuck, there goes my motivation." Yeah. It's a sad bed that people make for themselves, but it comes from thinking, "Oh, training's going to hurt too much. Going to the gym's going to hurt too much. So I want to feel good, so I'm going to do nothing." Like, no, we're hurting to feel good.
Yeah, you got to get over that.
Yeah.
Once you get your body actually moving. Muscles, they're gonna hurt. Sure it is. That's what. Because you haven't used them.
Yeah, right? And you got to ride you got to ride that fine line of hurt and injured.
Yeah,
injured, you're gonna decline in your skills. Hurt, you can push through and still kind of grow and grow and grow.
Yeah. Just got to know where your body is.
Yeah,
and I grew up in that era where it was like old time hockey, getting hurt, right? Shake it off, right? I don't know how many concussions I've had, but I've had a lot.
I lost count after 5.
Yeah. Just seriously, I had a lot. So I actually do my every 2 years. I do my scat scans and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I have to watch it now. So, but that was that old era, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like it's all about maintenance, right? It's about maintenance your body, recognizing things, and you're going to have a longer life.
Yeah.
Longer shelf life of injuries. So even at the gym, I didn't go to the gym at all this week. It's just I just felt run down. I was like, you know what? This is when I'm going to get hurt.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
you push through.
I'm not going to the gym this week. Plus, I was doing a bunch of marking too. So I was like, my mind's on this.
Right.
And I just don't want to go and do something or hurt somebody else by accident. Right.
Because your mind's not in the right place.
So like, I'm taking this week off and just,
it's healthy.
Yeah.
It's healthy to be that foresighted to actually see like I need the help right now.
Yeah.
Right. Versus overtraining. I really appreciate seeing you at the gym and stuff and getting your experience and stuff for all of us. Yeah.
So my next goal, so like my wrists are getting better and stuff like that. My goal for the striking is actually be a pad holder.
Really?
Yeah. I want to be
like a full-time pad holder. Right.
Yeah.
Right
on. I want to be that.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be that person.
You see these guys in Thailand, like not even 5 foot tall, not even 120 pounds, and they're holding pads. They're holding pads like up over their head.
Yeah.
You kick up here. Yeah.
Yeah. So be, get into all the routine for just helping out, because Carter can't always hold pads for everybody.
Yeah.
Brandon can't. They got to sit on the outside.
Yeah.
So if you have a good pad holder,
Yeah.
okay, take him through this, and they can watch him, right, and say, yeah, do this. Yeah, I'm there. I know the routines.
Exactly. If we could have a few, like the structure that the classes in Thailand would have is there was probably about 10 pad holders in class, and they'd all kind of take turns being the head coach of class in certain days, but the 10 pad holders would individually work with people in a circuit system. So there's a ring, there's a section with a ton of heavy bags, and then there's a big open section with all the pad holder guys.
Yeah.
And they'd split us up into 3 groups of different sizes and then rotate those groups around that circuit. And it was so beneficial, so organized and proficient. I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a 2-hour class, solid. Like you were never sitting around like, what are we going to do next? It was, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It really structured. And I if you want to come hold pads for us, maybe we can implement something like that where like a couple other guys pick up some pads and then we do those circuit stations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just nice little workouts.
Yeah.
Actually, the better workouts, really. You think about it.
Yeah.
Right? But having that, because you get a lot of new people, they're holding pads, but they don't know how to hold the pads.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just that one wrong time somebody's holding a wrong pad, and you extend out.
You snap your elbow out.
And you're just like, or you're a big guy, right? And you're throwing the kicks. And
it hurts some people to catch.
Yeah. And if they don't know how to catch it, right? Bracing themselves and stuff like that, then it's like, I don't want to hold pads.
That's why it helps to have dedicated pad holders.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. And why? Yeah, if you have these little small Thailand people, doing the pads, but they do it
just fine.
Yeah.
It's just they've done it since they were 6 years old.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's that whole workout, giving that person that I want to hold pads for that good workout. Or if we have these young guys that are training for something, and the coach has to be, I gotta look at his feet, I gotta look at his arms. Hey, you're not doing this. Hey, you're not doing that. Remember that. So he's not wearing himself. Karma's like, he's just wearing himself out. He's tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just.
There's some nuts stuff over there. Like I remember seeing 10-year-olds getting knocked out cold, like absolutely flatlined, and you see them the next day in camp training.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. They think you can like massage a concussion out of your head. Or no, I'm not kidding. Yeah. They literally just rub it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the next day after seeing that kid get knocked out, he's back in camp, running laps with a tire tied to his waist, like dragging a tire behind him. That's how they do their cardio. Yeah. Insane. Yeah. And they're like 10 less. Yeah.
I seen that one video with them going up that hill. There's a big hill.
Yeah. Doing kicks.
Oh,
yeah. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Fighting, right? That's at the top level.
And there was always the biggest criticism of Thai fighting that, their technique is amazing, but they don't do the proper strength and conditioning to keep up on the world circuit. So I think they're kind of like overcompensating now to be like, we do strength and conditioning. The CrossFit is huge around the area I was, at least in Phuket. Yeah. Like almost just as many fighters. There were CrossFit athletes. I don't know what you'd call them. Competitors.
Crossfitters.
Faggots. We saw it, so we'd see them, and they all literally their whole day is just running fucking up and down the street.
Imagine going to lifting Thailand shit. To CrossFit.
Yeah, exactly. They do. they do that.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Makes sense for the ladies because maybe they don't want to kickbox, right? But there's lots of guys there that go there just to do the CrossFit.
Yeah.
It's like, I really want to work out, fucking sweat. For no reward. Like, what's the reward? I guess you get abs. Who cares about abs?
Yeah.
That's not impressing ladies. That's
It's funny 'cause
impressing
you can
other
have
dudes.
guys can have abs, but
Yeah.
they're not conditioned. Like you can punch a guy with.
Oh, yeah,
abs,
yeah.
And he's just like,
The other thing is, if you've got giant shoulders, it's really hard to block your stomach, right? Because like your lats and your triceps don't allow you to fully bring your elbows down to your belly button
if you're
and
like Mark
block your
Coleman or
gut.
something
Yeah,
like
right.
that. Yeah.
So there's like giant guys, and just give them jab, 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 body shot, and you'll get them right on the ribs because they can't close their elbows. Yeah.
those big.
Well,
chunky-
and they already had their elbows high, blocking their face, right? Yeah.
We just even having big legs, right? If they've never taken a kick before, that's just pure muscle right there.
Right.
It freaking hurts.
Just
right?
absorb. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, it's more than it's just raw nerve endings that never got kicked before.
Yeah.
Never got dulled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it looks impressive, but I'd rather have conditioned legs than
Yeah.
having big legs. So,
It's insane. Just to get kicked on your front leg versus your back leg, the feeling is unreal.
When your weight's on
Because
it?
your front leg's conditioned. Your front leg's
Oh,
usually getting kicked, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So then they kick your back leg, like say you're in southpaw for a minute or something. It feels much different. Yeah.
We got Davey in the chat. Hey Lenny, how about them Bruins? First in their division, just saying. Davey, are you at the house?
We heard him there for
Yeah.
a second. No, I thought I heard a rumbling.
I heard something going on down there.
Santa Claus.
Yeah. Should we get Davey in here?
If you'd like to. We're at 51 here.
Yeah, how long you guys want to go for tonight?
I don't mind. But either way, if Davey's here, I'd gladly have him on. We should have had Kyle come up.
Kyle,
It's nice
Davey,
you got
if
to
you're
meet
listening,
you got to
come on
meet our
up.
friend Kyle. For people who watched our show before, we had a cameo downstairs from Kyle G. He's alive and well. We know this. Yeah.
That's funny. He said he just passed out.
He passed the fucking
Yeah,
right
over
there.
here.
He was talking shit and drinking hard. He was like, "Oh, let's do shots." And
He had like
then-
what, 2?
Yeah.
3?
Then he just started like looking at his phone there, and we're like, "Hey,
Playing
dude,
videos.
we're like doing stuff." And
he's
then
like,
it just
need
lays
to lay
down.
down for a sec.
Yeah.
He lays down till 2 a.m.
Done.
6 hours or something, 8
Gone.
hours he laid down there.
Poor little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably got low blood sugar. low T. Yeah. He needs some more tea.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I think Davey's coming up. He said
Oh, really?
affirmative, but maybe he didn't hear.
Oh well.
Rest of what we said.
Have you seen this new shit with Justin Trudeau talking shit on Pierre?
What did he say?
No. He's like, this is unacceptable radical behavior. He brought up how like Pierre was backing cryptocurrency and stuff. He's like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
he loves to say that.
this is irrational behavior.
Oh, that was yeah.
Yeah. So
What's up, Davey?
that was
like
actually
last-
pretty entertaining
Last
to
week.
see. Yeah.
So
What's up, buddy?
Dave.
Marky
Hey,
just
check out-
got back from
check out the-
Vietnam.
Check out my new
And
hat
he
I
gave
got from
Davey, a hat.
Vietnam, buddy.
Mark went to Vietnam. They let him back, hey?
Yeah,
They
he
let him
came
in.
back. All I gotta do is tie this up a little bit, and then it's like in the summertime. This is gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
But anyway, where's
Grab
my
a
mic?
mic. It's all right.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Dave, for people who don't know, this is Dave. You obviously know Dave's a resident here at the
Yeah, you just gotta ask.
Crowded room.
Just click it
studio.
on.
You got to click it. Click it.
Oh,
click
there you
it
go.
for the ticket.
Test 1 2.
There we go.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Dave. What's your last name again?
I don't have a last name. It's just Davey.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh, no, it's Dave
No, I have a
E.
last name.
Your
It's-
last initial is E.
Yeah.
There
I
we
should
go.
change that.
David E.
No, it's Hallebecky. It's a.
Oh, that's right.
It's
I
not
don't do
biological name, it's not
Facebook, so last names go
blooded-
over my head.
It's not a blood inherited name. It's
Right.
more of a technical name.
Oh, that's very technical.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's
now that you
technical.
mention it, fuck.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah,
Yeah. How is
Have you
everybody
guys
doing
met?
out there?
Have you guys met?
Yeah. You came
This
over.
is-
You were over.
Okay, great.
There we go. Right on the influence and everything.
You met this guy then, yeah. Okay, so
I'm never
how
gonna take this off.
how Asian are you
No, I'm not very Asian.
on a scale of 1 to 10?
-1.
-1 Asian?
Not Asian, yeah.
That's dude, you gotta watch out.
hey,
Maybe.
that's not really true.
That's not true.
No, I bet you I have. There's a lot of ancient Asian
because of
inheritance.
what's his name?
in
Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan.
You got Genghis Khan in you. I can tell.
Maybe that's it.
No, I see it with the hat
I didn't believe that either.
and the glasses.
For 1 in 10 people, I think.
Yeah,
And the
Yeah.
he populated like
the urge for
crazy.
violence. That may be another one.
Yeah.
Like that I'm suppressing. That I can't be violent.
Let it out.
Society. No,
Dave,
no.
let it
Cultural
Well,
out.
I'd be at the gym if I could let it out. I'd be at the gym, but I'm not letting it out.
Davey, don't let it out.
Yeah, when's the last time you went to the gym, Dave?
Never been to the gym.
Ever?
I've always walked past the gym chasing after a bus, but I've never been in the gym.
How do you keep that fly fucking figure going?
Watching what I eat. I don't eat too much.
What do you eat?
He eats everything. I
Every
make
day, every day. 2 boiled eggs every day. Hard boiled eggs every
That's
day.
it?
Well, and more.
That's not a lot of fucking
no,
food,
there's
dude.
more. But that's like the principal staple of my diet. Is
Two boiled eggs.
2 boiled eggs.
2 boiled eggs is
Every
your
day.
staple. Okay.
Except for
So
the
what-
weekends.
What goes beside your boiled eggs?
I got little baby bell cheese. You know those little baby bells in the wax? I just like to.
That's
Feel-
pretty cheesy, bro.
They're cheesy. No, they're wicked. I love them cheeses.
I stole a couple the other day.
Oh no, help yourself because they are so good.
That's some
No,
cooking for
and
you.
then
I sliced it real fancy.
Yeah.
mandarin oranges.
Really?
I just thought of that. Whoa, wait a minute.
That's how you keep your figure, hey?
It must be. Yep.
Holy
I
fuck.
love sushi and everything Jared's been
Right.
cooking has been so damn vitamin-licious. You know
What
I
if
mean?
what if I stole your glasses? Would you be able to see me?
I could see you, but
Really?
I couldn't see me on the screen like I can now. I can
Yeah.
discern details. But
Would you
take my glasses-
if I went like this with your glasses, would you be able to see them? No.
No.
So if we just like tossed them back and forth, keep away from you, you'd
fuck
be
yeah,
fucked.
I'd be fucked. This guy'd have to help me
Fuck, I
out.
know what I'm
You gotta
doing.
help me out. You have to like throw his glasses in the mix. You guys get confused. And
I
Yeah.
can't imagine ever
That sounds
having,
like the best way to get it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off because I don't want to fucking break it.
Hey, you do what you got to do, Playboy.
Oh, look, but I gotta do this.
So yeah, wearing glasses must
earphones off
fucking
first.
suck. Does your nose hurt? Do your ears hurt?
Nope, no ear, no. But you know what? I do have that. There's a roll of fat behind the one part of my glasses.
Oh,
when
I
I
can
tuck it
tell.
right behind my ear.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, that's a fat head. is
Keeps
what
you
that is.
warm during
No,
the
but seriously, do you notice them on your face? The glasses?
Since I have earphones on, I should really pull these up.
You should talk into
And
the
that's-
microphone.
That's better.
There we go. Do you notice them on your face? No.
Oh,
really?
half the time, no, it's not.
I've been wearing glasses since I
I-
was 7. So.
That-
Me
that's
too,
one
like,
thing-
young.
I have a friend who's allergic to like damn near everything. And I just sit there like, I would pull my fucking hair out if I was allergic to one thing. This guy's like shellfish, peanuts, fucking anything like he could mention basically. Nothing for me ever, right? So it's almost like I get to live my life like fucking scot-free. And these
Oh,
guys are like worried about peanuts or
Yeah, that
glasses,
sucks.
right? Like you roll out of bed, you're like, where's my glasses?
Oh man, yeah.
That must suck, dude. And I don't mean to shit talk, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, from my perspective of a guy being alive, holy fuck, dude, I hit the lottery.
Yeah,
It's
as
an
far as food
accessory.
goes, I can eat anything.
Yeah, right.
So
like,
interesting enough for your, because you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
got good eyesight right now. If something starts to do that, it's a precursor to
Yeah, yeah.
something else.
did you need glasses from birth?
No, mine was an accident. It was
An accident.
My prescription has never.
You saw the
changed.
wrong thing. You saw that glowing
s-
box from Pulp Fiction.
Well, I looked over. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. I saw the sunrise. It got me.
Yeah, that's probably what fucked up my eyes. Is one time when I was a kid, I'd stare at the sun for as long as
Yeah.
I fucking could. And I mean, a 6-7-year-old kid just through the window, like laying down, listening to his earphones, listening to the old man's records and shit.
Yeah.
And right through the window, the sun was beaming through, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Playing chicken.
And I
Oh,
fucking-
no.
no. It was. I swear to God, it was my first hallucinogenic experience. The sun
Doing a
was doing
staring
stuff.
contest.
No, yeah, the
with this
sun
kid?
was just moving. It was moving. It was
Wow.
still staying still, but
Still staying
dancing.
still.
Dancing is the only term I could. Dancing with light, and I was just like, well,
Yeah.
And finally, I'm like, yeah, it's starting to suck. So And
I
then
feel you.
took a while, but my
then
vision came
boom.
back.
It's like next thing I know, my parents got me glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it took a while, but one
Doctor
time
slaps him a couple times. You need glasses, boy.
well, exactly. We're all sitting up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, watching fucking Knight Rider and shit, and I'm squinting, looking at the TV, and my dad's like, "Dude, you're 2 feet away from the TV. Why are you squinting?" So then the glasses came.
How old are
Just
you?
like that. Oh, probably about 11 by the time I actually had
Wow.
glasses. Yeah.
That's scary because like 100, 200 years ago, you would have just lived a life as a blind guy.
You would never know.
Yeah,
you
you're
would just
right.
be in-
Well, I would have been
Yeah,
fussy.
yeah.
My first stint in prison, I handed in with all my gear. Like, you're supposed to hand in all your shit you have on you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you know what? Take these because I don't want to get fucking these broken. Well,
Yeah.
and because I can see, but I just can't see far away. Like, I can read him and I can read Misfits and I can read Iron Maiden and the shit that the camera people can't read.
Yeah.
But I can read that shit. But like super far away, fine stuff, like all this, like
You
the
can't
chat,
do
the
that.
I cannot read the chat from here. No fucking way. It's just-
Wow. Do you ever
Can't
think
even
that
see the
maybe
emojis.
you did something in a past life and God's punishing you?
No, there is no past life with Davey.
No?
Davey is the this is the
Really?
beginning. This is the very, very beginning.
Well, that's good. That's good. You believe that.
That's a value I hold deeply. Is that this is all the beginning.
This is it.
yeah.
You just fucking die. You turn into worm poop.
And for someone who periodically thinks suicidal thoughts, it's
I need
No,
a couple more words.
yeah. That's
Keep
right.
going. Don't stop there.
I need a couple more words out of you, Dave.
I'm gonna finalize that positively. Hold on a second. No, it's all life is worth living and it's fun because you must be the first thing going
Right.
on. I've seen a lot of tutorials about you're really immortal and you're used to be. That's what that Mormon theology is all about, where you used to be somebody and then you volunteer to
wow.
come down here and
Oh, yeah.
have this experience. I've never liked that. I've never believed in that. I believe that it was like
Yeah.
staring at the sun. I was like, no, this is the first fucking thing that's
When
You
you're
stare at
staring
this
at
is the
sun,
first.
that's
This
when
is
you-
there's no
Yeah.
past life. There's no
Farting in the
there's
bathtub.
only
Fucking giggling.
there's
his
only
ass off.
future life. The past is the past, but the future is right now.
Yeah, I'd say
Remember
that
that
too
movie?
if I
Remember that
fucked
movie?
up in the past life, you know? But I just don't get it. I mean, you got the bad eyes, you got the no hair. What did you do?
Stared at the sun.
The fucking sun. Everything's
He learned-
about the sun.
He learned the secret of life at the same time.
Yeah, it cost me though. Make all these bad decisions. And
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, see.
it's the sun. It was
Reinforcing
the
me.
sun.
It was the sun. That you just
I
shouldn't have
took in
done
too
that.
many rays. I took in too many particles. in
So
the
if
retina.
anyone's wondering, don't stare at the sun.
don't stare at the sun.
Yeah, it'll get you. Here's some proof.
So to bring it back to Genghis Khan for a second,
Please.
Cassandra says Genghis Khan is lucky that syphilis didn't exist during his era. Never heard of her.
How do you know?
Cool
It didn't
Christmas
exist.
hoodie, baby.
I think it did. Yeah.
Isn't syphilis
probably
a
did.
killer?
In the
Syphilis
big
is killer.
cities, I'm sure it did. Like, yeah. It
Was
was probably like Egyptian syphilis and shit.
There's probably crabs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, everything.
Well, they always
Of
talk
course,
about like,
these
it's like
What?
being
microbes.
dirty.
Microbes have been
Yeah.
way before mankind ever came around the earth. I'm sure. So
Tell us how the microbes came about.
everything just came and
Tell us what the sun told you.
Yeah.
Please tell us, Davey.
Oh man, we're isn't there like faces, spider faces? We have humans have fucking little microscopic spiders on their face and shit.
I don't know. Tell me.
I think I saw that in a science show, and I love science. Don't get me wrong. I
Oh,
am a
now you're
redneck,
doing tangents.
and I'm
I wanted
a supporter
science.
of the truckers and the freedom movement, but I do still love science.
That's okay.
I want to know more about these face spiders.
Yeah. What did you
Yeah,
do
man.
to the spider?
No. The spiders on your face, microscopic spider. Cassandra, back me up. She's a botanologist.
She doesn't know shit about face spiders.
No, I need support here, buddy. Help me.
Anybody? Hey, do I have a friend here?
Cassandra
Like-
says
Never
that
heard about the
syphilis.
spiders
It's
on
like
your face.
skin mite.
Maybe it's syphilis
There
on
you
my
go.
face.
I get no respect.
Cassandra says syphilis showed up 300 years after Genghis Khan.
Trust her.
Fact check that.
Trust her
Fact
for
check
that one. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay, so
I know
no.
there was Egyptian syphilis.
That was their god.
Sarcophagus. Trust me. Just don't open that tomb,
The
bro.
ancient god syphilis.
Yeah, look at you. Just whiff it.
Sounds like a name of an ancient god.
Yeah, it's King Tut's side piece.
Right. Who's your favorite god?
I like the Davy god.
Oh, that was a dumb question answer.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest answer I've ever heard.
You talking about
Fabian, who's your favorite god?
What's that blue one?
That's a genie.
Poseidon?
Vishnu.
No, that's a
Vishnu.
genie from Aladdin.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Robin Williams. Yeah.
Fact check me. Isn't the blue
East
god
Indian one. It's like
Vishnu
the East Indian one.
from the Eastern?
Vishnu?
Oh, Shiva? No.
With all the
Could be
arms
Shiva.
and shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always
There's
found that
Brahman,
fight.
Shiva, and Vishnu, the trinity of the Hindu gods.
Why?
Oh,
Why?
there we go.
Why do they speak to you?
I think it was just
No. I
visual.
googled it. I googled all that
Right?
to get my gods right.
Really?
I googled all the gods.
If I could be a god, I would be the quick-footed. I think is Hermes. You couldn't catch me.
Right.
Fuck you guys. I would
That's right.
take all your shit.
You should
Yeah.
get
And I'd
tattoos
run
of
away,
wings
yeah.
on your ankles. Then, if you that's
Should
what-
I? That would be
These-
pretty obvious, and you'd see me coming
obvious, right?
from a far ways away. Or I could just take your shit and run away.
Tattoos of wings on your ankles would be fucking bad. Tattoos of bat wings on your ankles would
Who are
be
you talking
fucking
to
bad.
right now?
The camera, the people that are watching.
I'm right
this
here, dude.
stupid fucking podcast. No, I'm talking to you too, but we're all connected, right? And the
cool.
audience and
Well,
the
you could talk to me, and you
crowded room.
you don't have to yell at me either.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, I'd
So-
be Loki, and when
Oh.
you came to take my stuff, I'd trick you.
Really? Oh yeah, Loki is a god, isn't
I would
he?
put
Yeah, he
a
was.
decoy Loki out with some decoy loot, a bunch of gold. 'cause I
Really?
know you like gold.
I would take your gold and
I'd
run
be
away,
Like, I'm coming to get the gold,
and it would
it'd
be
like
fake.
it'd be like uranium or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You just get radiation poisoning.
Well, no,
or
because I'd run right back and drop it in your pocket.
something. No, but you wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, I'd know because I'd get the radiation poisoning
But I would
faster
put a
than
decoy
most
of myself
people.
somewhere else, and you'd think I'm in this forest when really I'm out in
But
Hawaii.
so fast I saw you do that,
No.
and I put it. I didn't know which one was you because obviously neither of you are moving because I'm so fast at the time that I put it in both pockets while you're doing that. Yeah.
Oh, too bad it wasn't even me. It was my decoy.
Shit.
'Cause I have 10 decoys.
Well, either way,
By
we beat
inception, though.
fucking Davies himself. God, he doesn't have any powers. What's your power as yourself?
You just
Oh wow, all the power.
Oh,
Thunder-
fuck
thunder
me.
is
infinite,
sparks.
Fuck me.
ubiquitous power.
Oh, a Superman over here.
Fucking right. Well, not indestructible, but only in a spiritual sense.
Yeah, you almost fucked
I
that
can't
up.
be. I am definitely not physically indestructible. I'll tell you that right now.
Really?
I could take a whooping, but no, I just the conditions are right. Davey's gonna die for sure.
How old are you now, Davey?
Coming up on 47.
Fuck yeah,
April
you're ready.
April 20th, 47 years.
You're ready to go, hey?
Oh man, I'm ready to go. I don't want to make it to 50. I never wanted to make it to 30, but I'm apparently coming up on 50. I don't want to go much past fucking 50. Jesus.
No.
I don't want to be one of them 60, 7-year-old. Oh, why am I?
No.
I'd rather be hanging.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was talking about the suicide. The thoughts are okay, but the actions. Oh, don't be stupid. You're
Don't
gonna
do
hurt
that.
yourself. You're gonna
No.
turn out retarded. You'll turn out retarded.
No,
you don't want to
won't
be
feel a
retarded.
thing.
Take what you got and work with what you got, and be happy with what you got. Take what you get and don't be upset.
Lest ye be retarded.
Well,
Take it
right.
again, don't be upset.
That's the
Don't
verse.
succumb to
Yeah.
the inner calling for just turn it off.
That's
like
my favorite Bible
register
verse.
for maid and shit. What are you doing? Like, don't do that shit.
No, don't
Stop
do that.
shit.
Advice from Davey.
Boom.
That could be our new segment. Advice,
Advice
from
from
Davey.
Davey. Oh yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
People should call in and ask Davey
It's
questions.
true.
Yeah.
The best advice should be
It's
asked
just like
for.
on the SNL. Remember they used to have the
Yeah.
little quotes?
Yeah.
Hell
Where-
yeah.
Tonight
when?
with Kevin Nealon.
Oh, okay. Little quotes. Oh, you mean in the news thing or what? What are we
No,
talking
they
about?
used to do the like it was like the precursor to like tweets. So
Remember
like,
when Johnny Carson had the turban and he would like
Yeah.
put the letter, and then obviously it was a answer,
But
and
unless
I have a question.
You guys are not talking into a
Um,
microphone.
sorry,
so you
we're not.
Piss me off.
Well,
And we're also talking about shit from the 60s and shit. Sorry.
Cassandra says they aren't face spiders, but they are microscopic
Thank you.
demodetics.
Fist bump,
Demotics.
Cassandra.
Mics. Mics.
Right? They're on
They
your
live
face.
on your face.
They're on
Mics
your
are
face.
also arachnids.
They're
So
on your face.
they are spiders.
There's
is what
shit on
she's
your
saying.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some shit on your face, bro.
There's shit on my face. Like literally shit.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
watch out.
Is there booger in my nose? No.
No.
That's the
This
worst. I
podcast
hate
is
the
getting
booger.
silly.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says.
I'm tired of it.
Davey,
Before we
booger in
get
your nose.
canceled for your cultural appropriation with that hat, I think it's time.
It's on my back. Look.
Oh, and we got
Sub-Zero.
We got. Oh, look at that. We're canceled.
yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm feeding them. Right?
They're like, shut this
Turn it
stream off now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Google, for the opportunity to reach millions. But you only got like hundreds. But that's awesome. And I love you all, the hundreds.
What do you mean?
Well, the audience, because this is what I'm all about. I love coming
Google
here.
didn't do it. We did it.
Yeah, I know you guys are the kings.
We had you on. It exposed you to our vast audience of three right
and
now.
I have to give the shout out to the audience. Don't you love the audience?
We appreciate it.
We're on stage.
Thank you, Davey,
There's
for
an
being a kicking boy. Thank you, Fabian. This has been amazing.
Cool, man. Thank you for having me over.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, just kind of roll your way into the community here. And next time we have Carm or someone on, you should double in. And if you're feeling like if you're up for it, I know you do this for a goddamn living and stuff, so you're probably tired of streaming online. But anytime you're willing for it, you let us know, and gladly invite you back any day.
Yeah,
open invitation. You just walk in. We've had Carm just walk in the middle of an episode before, not even invited. Right. But anyways, I'm Alex. He's Jared. This has been the Crowded Room podcast on behalf of BC Sparvier.
All right.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Davey. Thanks, guys. See ya.
You know my time's arriving. I want to start cause we've been that vibing, been that driving, cruising by flying, living so fast, never think about dying. Post up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright whining, stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track, killing shit cause I've been begging suicide on the second. I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe, banging doom, switchblade coming soon. Chills on your spine when we hide up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot. Make it eyes one, short last slice with the right sword. Blood on my fist, like test. My wrist, moonshine of the blade, just cruising through the mist. Gonna be the midnight. Think close about the motherfucking quick knife. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblades every needed in the moonlight. I'ma do the fucking sky cause the moonlight. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high. There'll be no one alive when the union arrives. And it'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knife. Switchblade suicide.